Good morning. I'd like to introduce you
You
to
guys
the
hear that?
website called Maine Correctional Center
Yeah.
Women Resident Services, designed by myself, Clover Baxter. I made the user interface to be easily understood for navigating purposes. I hope to make residents feel comfortable and inspired when navigating the site. I put some thought into my design and how I would make the residents feel. My
Oh no. No, my battery's running low.
Oh no.
color scheme is purple, blue, yellow, and pink. I chose purple because historically, only people of wealth and status had access to purple dyes for clothing because they were expensive and difficult to obtain. In modern times, purple continues its association with wealth and abundance as well as creativity and imagination. The color blue is flexible in expression. Light blue shades are calming, while dark blue shades are associated with reliability and strength. The brightest blues are considered refreshing and invigorating. The color yellow is cheerful, friendly, and optimistic. Yellow is often associated with happiness, hope, and youth, while pink has a strong association with femininity, romance, sensuality, and love. In mythology, a phoenix is an immortal bird that when it dies, it bursts into flames and is reborn from its own ashes. To rise from the ashes of the phoenix means to make a miraculous comeback. Most women have hit rock bottom when they arrive at this facility. In the time that they are here, most will learn who they truly are and overcome the impossible. I hope you would agree that the Phoenix is a fitting representation of the women at MCC. This is one of the storyboards I made while designing this site. I planned for a horizontal navigation bar above the site's main logo. I wanted to make separate blocks to hold the educational pages and pages for facility information. I also knew I needed to make administrative responsible to edit user accounts. College websites are similar to what I'm building. College sites have course information, facility information, and personal account pages tailored to their students. MCCWRS is tailored to inspire and educate women to their opportunities at this facility specifically. From the education aspect, this facility has never afforded the residents with access to this amount of information prior to enrollment in classes. From the facility aspect, literary information is outdated and sparse. Most information updates are generally from word of mouth and often inaccurate. In the process of making this site, I've started learning how to program in Python, Flask, SQL Alchemy, HTML, and CSS. Flask is a popular Python framework for developing web applications. The developer has the liberty to customize most aspects of the app, including database integration, accounts, and more. Python programming is a high-level, interpreted, and general-purpose dynamic programming language that focuses on code readability. SQL Alchemy is basically referred to as the toolkit of Python SQL. That provides developers with flexibility of using the SQL database. HTML is the universal markup language for the web. CSS is a language to simplify the process of making web pages presentable. CSS allows you to style the web page independently of the HTML file. I don't have to explain how infuriating and satisfying bug hunting is, or when you want to use an unfamiliar function and search in the documentation that looks like English but it's clearly Greek. Let me say, the more you learn, the less you know. I find that coding is very much like building a puzzle while you are solving it. News of the site will spread mostly by word of mouth. Secondary marketing will be mass emails, flyers, and announcements. Demo.
So I've got the site set up so you can't just users can't just sign up themselves. Eventually it's gonna give them an option to send a message to administration, and administrative can enter them into the database. You can only get to that page, the access page, unless you're logged in. Nothing else on the website will be accessible without having a user account. So I've built the site for the women of this facility to be able to look at college degrees and courses. And so you have the 2 colleges that we are able to go to here. Plus I'm gonna have a lot of the classes and stuff that are offered individually, like with these MIT classes. And then you'll have the facility information depending on where you're housed at, which when you go into these, it'll have orientation information and maybe some like memos and do's and don'ts, and maybe some resident feedback, advice, things like that. Underneath this block, I plan on putting a newsletter. I just haven't set that up yet. So if I go into one of the college sites, you have the different degrees that you can take. This is a link to the website, the actual UMA website for CIS. And then you also have PDFs for the college degrees to tell you like what the classes you're going to take, how many credits you need, things like that. Should just hit home. But on the account page, it's not going to stay like this, but I just want to make sure that everything was going in the database correctly. I've figured out how to print out the database since then, but where it's stored in a user class, I was getting back just like a string of random letters and numbers, and it's a bit confusing. So, but it won't show all this information once it's done. And then the admin page, you can only go to this if you're admin, and if you click on it and you're not an admin user, it'll redirect you back to the home page. I've been doing a lot of work in the trying to figure out that admin section and rewriting some of the I've been doing a lot of back end work. So in the, I can find it here. Oh, I'm in the main
How'd you get back
page.
out on your pie chart?
I've been trying to tell you how to do this. So I have each of these, I had to rewrite them. So it only lets you log into, go to this page if you're logged in. And then the admin one is what took me the longest, because I had to write a get admin from database to make sure it was checking to see if you as an admin before you could go to it. And I will go back to my presentation. I still have multiple pages and features to complete before my site is ready to be launched on the facility server. I need to make user-friendly admin pages and user profiles. I hope this site becomes popular enough to warrant a committee of developers to maintain the information in newsletter. I'm hoping to continue working on my site with a team in a web design class I've recently started. In conclusion, the content I produce helps educate residents on course options and facility news. By providing individual course details in our news articles, that makes the women feel confident in their future goals or informed on recent and upcoming events so that they can register for classes and events. I'd like to thank you all for watching my presentation. Does anyone have any questions?
Context is everything. So pretty.
Good job.
I told you that like if I did mine after Clovers, it would be anticlimactic. Her
I would've
CSS is beautiful, and I'm jealous.
Thank you. If I'd have tried to do that live, I would have just kept tripping all over my words.
Like me?
I'm gonna steal all of your
Works.
code.
I've been trying to
Rachel
give
and
it to you. You don't
Clover,
listen.
I'm gonna steal all of it. It's mine now. All your code arts belong to me.
I really love this, especially since I also enjoyed your user research on like other college websites and how they do things, which is really great. See, I'm going to challenge you, or I'm going to I think about, well, what if someone starts with a degree at one college, like, oh, it's not working out for me. I want to transfer those, or I want to transfer those credits, or I want to switch to a different degree program. Have you thought about maybe people or users going to two different tracks at the same time? And how do you think that would work either in your database or in your features in your web app?
We actually have residents here that are going to multiple colleges. So I can't think of the other colleges they're going to, but there's a girl here that is in, I believe she's primary going to UMA. She does a couple courses from WCCC, and then there's also another college out of state she's going to. And then also we have the MIT classes. So the, isn't that part of UMA?
I don't know. I don't say
But so all the extra college courses that like the MIT courses or maybe Colby College or different colleges will be under the facility college site, that third option there. So you had UMA, WCCC, and then the MCC. And so all that will be in there. And then also in the user profile, once I get that set up, I want to make it so women can put in like the certificates they've earned, classes they've taken, credits, just in all that information, maybe add some email links, and just, I want to make it really like personal to this resident here. So they'll be able to just save a bunch of stuff, and as long as they have access to a computer, and I'm hoping that the facility will allow me to launch it on the server, so it won't actually be online, and then they should be able to access it from pretty much any device that's connected to our server.
Really fantastic idea, Clover. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I love the idea, and I don't know if it's possible, but being able to have like something that can continue to be built by people taking the course that are there, I think would be an amazing opportunity, because you get to see projects, like you get to see it mature and continue to be developed. Having the, being able to recognize, the admin role and have, building out that functionality was also, I think, really awesome for especially someone that's new to this. I think that's showing a lot of awareness there. So yeah, and next steps, I think like building out some sort of content management system, which is like how you might manage the different courses and the details or the information about the schools, and having the forms to manage that data, because that will help you make it so that you don't have to like change the backend code every time you want to add a school or something like that to the system.
Yeah, I want to make the site to be as user friendly as possible, so people who might take over the site after I'm released won't really need to even know how to code. They'll just be able to do it inside the website.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like, I don't know, this one just really hit really close to home. Like, I got laid off during the pandemic, and like a bunch of us just like got together and built something similar, where we're like, oh, we wish we had this learning tool that would have helped us. And like, we all have jobs now, but it was so important to have that community of people. We were all remote, but it was so good to have that community of people that like build confidence in each other. I love that you mentioned information, like education and confidence. Like, you need both to like learn and become a technologist or whatever you set your mind to. And like, honestly, if you launch this thing, like, we'd love to help build it.
That'd be awesome. I'm open to that idea. I would have to put you in touch with my education coordinator and maybe some central office people. If you wanted to help out on it, that would be great, because there's so much to learn. But I have to set it up so it has two different levels of administration. So you have site administrators, which would be residents that can go in there and do stuff, and then you have facility administrators that would be able to oversee everything and maybe approve people's posts in the newsletters and things like that. And also they're gonna be the only ones who can put somebody in there as a facility administrator.
Yeah, we've
So-
actually like looked into all that. It's a lot. Don't know, don't know how easy it'll be, but it's just so cool that you're working on it, Thank you so much.
I love coding. I built a Zelda game and
Wait,
we
where's
built
that
Wordle.
demo?
For Zelda.
Yeah, that sounds
Um,
amazing.
If you've got a second, I can run it real quick. I still got Python open.
Can we? Can we?
Yeah, I did the Mandelbrot set for 6001. But my laptop is going to die. Thanks again, guys. I'm gonna miss you guys. Have a great day. And Abby, you'll be hearing from me. I know you're gonna die.
Sorry, I was doing things in my way.
Oh my gosh,
Charger.
unexpectedly cool ending.
Sorry, I don't have volume control, but let's see. I have, so I shouldn't have shared the volume, but when you kill the monsters, it adds to your experience, and then you can pick which one you want and level it up and use up your experience, and then you can recharge your health, and your energy will automatically like peter up. I don't have levels or anything built in this, but it's getting there. Once I got a little bit more
It's
time, I'm gonna
so
keep working on it.
cool. What the heck?
Yeah, I like building things
Appreciate
like that. It was really fun, and I want to figure out how to make it into like its own application that people can just download. But I still got a lot to learn. So the reason why I've decided to make this website, a big part of it is because I signed up for computer technology. And after I signed up for it, I found out I'm the first computer technology student coming from prison in the whole United States. And I got burnt out like halfway through the semester, my first round. And I'm going back now and working on it. I'm just taking it a bit more slow, and I'm trying to work with the facility to prepare, because there's a lot of red tape. Like I need access to tools. I'm supposed to be taking computers apart, and they don't even allow officers to have a screwdriver. So that's a big, like I want women to be more informed before they say, yeah, I'm going to sign up for this, and then realize, holy crap, what did I get myself into?
Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop.
Oh, I love computers. Anything to do with computers. I love technology. It doesn't even have to be a computer, a cell phone, a smart TV. I've been doing graphics on the smart board here, and I'm having a blast.
Clover, you're gonna change the world.
I
You
hope
can
so.
feel it.
This is my dream. Actually, my dream is I want to be some billionaire's virtual bodyguard. That's my aspiration.
This is so fun.
Is there anything else? I will let you guys go and I'll get out of here.